All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to some. If you're on Earth, I don't know what month
Hey
it is. If
guys,
you're not, hello, Christina. Thank you for coming. So happy to have you
thank you
guys
for
over
having
here. Fred, welcome. How are you? How you
Amazing to
feeling?
be here. Yeah, all good. All good.
Thank you.
Super excited to be with this
I think
important community and amazing people.
I think the feeling is mutual. Everyone's curious. We want to learn something new. We want to check out. You know, we're in the blockchain space, so it's only right that we know what all of that, all of it that entails, right? The space. So I'm excited. First, I would like to get to know a little bit about Fred and Christina, what it means, how did you get up in here? Like, where'd you come from? Who are you, basically? So that way we build, a little bit of a personal connection and show a side of you and your project that it's not visible just by going to PixEOS.com, right? So Christina.
Yes, yes. Thanks once again for having us. It's super exciting, and I believe it's really good to tell about us because it's always about the people who behind the project and the people who are about to use it. Hopefully, so maybe we can make it more personal. So yeah, I'm Christina. I'm a CBDO and co-founder of PixEOS. I'm not from the roots of the project. Let's say I joined a bit later, just the beginning of this year. So about a year after the project has started. Before that, I've been into the, let's call it, blockchain industry for around 2 years. I was a senior BD in Cointelegraph. So that led me to a lot of networking connections and exciting people to meet, and of course, exciting projects to get around. And Pixas was actually one of those projects. And because I always consider myself a wannabe artist and I have big passion for art, loving and enjoying the art exhibitions, museums, that's where you can find me in my vacation. So it really clicked. And getting know more and more about the project and technology behind, I really got interested. And luckily, I'm here now as a part of the team, as a part of the core team, which is even more exciting. So here we are presenting it and hopefully going even larger than just blockchain industry, going to the arts industry and onboarding more and more people and getting them familiar with what we're doing. So I don't know. It's always hard to tell about myself, so that's pretty much it from my perspective. But I,
You said you're an artist and you enjoy art. So before we move on to Fred and get you off the hot seat,
She's a
uh,
great artist. We need to get her out there.
oh yes, let's put a link down. Let's put a link down. This is this.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm being very insistent on getting her, trying to get her artwork to blockchain and
Where can we possibly see? I don't think there's any better way to get to know a person than let's take a look at their art, right?
yeah, yeah. No, but she's still preparing for that. I don't think
Okay. We'll do a
there's anything.
debut
We'll do a debut together.
tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Exactly. So
guys, yes,
Christina
making
will
me
be
blush more
creating
and more.
art overnight. Let's put her some pressure.
No problem. Yeah, you just need a little push to get out there, right? That's all. There's so many people in this space that are taking the chance every day, and it's amazing to see people really putting themselves out there and trying different things. So you'll be one of those people in a second. Fred, tell us a little bit about you. What's up? What brought you
Yeah,
here? Talk to me.
exactly. Yeah, so a little bit of my background. I'm a designer for, let's say, 20 something years. So I have the background of product design, a little bit of digital art right now. So I came back to my roots. I collect arts for 20 years, and you name it, sculptures, paintings, books. A lover of Asian Japanese art, woodblock prints, and porcelain, ceramics, and so on. So it's 20 years already collecting art. And that was when and why Pixies was born. So with my challenges with provenance, getting my art coas and to find the artist's hand in the artworks brought me to the need and the will to create a project that would really address that. I'm in blockchain for since 2000, late 2016. So first as investor, then as enthusiast. I went through all these ICO hyped times, and I worked also with cybersecurity, community management, and a bunch of stuff before starting my own projects. We started at least two projects before PixEOS. Unfortunately, it's much more than just launching and succeeding. So we had a lot of background work on those, and they didn't take off. And then finally, I decided to put two of my passions together, that is blockchain technology and arts, and try to create a project that would in the future address all the issues and the problems of the arts industry. Also worked as an entrepreneur in several projects. I still run my event management company. We have organized big events all around the world for big companies. So we have a lot of knowledge as well in PR and communication and marketing. So I would say that we are like quite experienced and building something really, not being humble, extraordinary to tackle the art industry issues.
Amazing.
Yeah, also, maybe we should mention those core team members that are not here with us, as they are deaf people, so they don't like this kind of
They don't they
community
don't
talks
like to
at
appear
all.
much. We
Yes,
could
but
force them one day if you guys want to meet
Well, yeah, no.
our extraordinary devs and very experienced people. So we have like 30 years experience in the
Oh,
development team. Our CTO started coding with the advent of the internet, so he's coding since our computers got connected. So we have a very experienced proprietary tech infrastructure. So everything that we're building is for our own. We're just not just writing smart contracts to run the app. So we're building like real proprietary technology for verification of artworks, for verification of artists, and the whole economy will run on its own. So Pix is like a lot of people they are asking, why are you on EOS? And I think we'll go through these questions, like right, Alegria.
yep.
Yeah. So
100%.
I don't want to feel, I don't know if you want me to dive into it or if you want to like move forward and it's your show, you run the show. So
No, this is our show. The community. If you see a question, you can also maybe
mhm.
make a note and go back to it. It's a little bit hard for me sometimes when it's moving too fast to
mhm.
listen and
It's
read.
great. There's so many people. Thank you, guys. This is so exciting.
So I kind of have to look away and just concentrate on the microphone. um,
Absolutely.
but wow, 30 years, those coders, that's a long time without seeing any
It's
people.
a long time, yeah. Uh, and actually we feel it very much like
Yeah.
it's our chat, our research and development chat is so funny because sometimes you just get, okay, I'm out. I already had enough of human interaction, so I'm going back to my keyboard, and it's
Right.
like pretty fun. And
And you
then we
are
have
not getting
Mario.
any answers from them.
Yeah. And our head of tech is super experienced in blockchain, so also coding for a very long time in blockchain and full stack. So like we're very well geared up for proprietary tech, and we've been coding some like very cool stuff that we'll release and promote in due
Just
time.
regarding head of tech, I mean, that's good illustration of why he is with us and he's very experienced. He was building Scatter. For EOS people, that means a lot because that's one of the main wallets that is being used in the ecosystem. And he was one of the developers in their main team. So really experienced guy, but also super shy. So he's not here. But I believe that's good that we give him a bit of a shout out
Yeah.
here as long as we're presenting the project.
Yeah, definitely.
Basically everything from the beginning of this project. He worked also with mythical games. I think a lot of people is acquainted with the project. It's a big and well funded game developing project that is out there with people from like mainstream big game companies. So they put like a superstar team. They're really under radar, and Mario was also working with them in the beginning of the project. So I would say that we have a luxury tech team right now.
Wow. It's amazing how many people like make up the team, and how spread out all over the world everyone is. I don't know if that's like that for you guys, or
It
do you have a lot of
is, yeah. We're fully decentralized. Like our office is the world.
nice.
This is
Yeah,
amazing.
we
And
mainly based in Europe. I mean, mainly meaning 100% actually. So I'm Russian living in Ukraine. Fred lives in Italy, and our dev team is in Portugal. So luckily, we don't have much of a time zone differences, but we know the drill.
yeah, just
Working
our
with people
AI.
around the world. Yes, our
Yeah,
AI
our
guy
AI
is.
team is in Mexico. So
Okay.
if you guys still don't know, we are implementing AI for the verification of artworks. So there will be like I think it will be the first system like the one we're building out there for digital art, and I would really tease you
Yeah,
guys to keep
Fred, I
tuned to
suggested
Pixes in the
you.
upcoming months.
I'm like, now I want to know about that first, but I'm like, no, we need
Exactly,
to know about the
exactly.
other
So
thing.
I was going to say that maybe let's not jump from topic to topic and try to give a bit of an overview of what's and
Yeah,
how it was built. Maybe Fred, you can start with the roots, and then we'll proceed to the
yeah,
present time and what's happening
I agree. I agree.
and why EOS.
Christina's the navigator here. She's gonna keep us on
Yes.
track. Um,
Exactly.
so
There's
so
always
we
that's
got
why
the
she's around.
yes, we got the roots and the background on both of you. If you can kind of give me the same about PixEOS and you know, make those words kind of form the personality of what you feel PixEOS is.
Yeah. So yeah, basically Pixies was born, as I said, to become these ultimate platform for all art authenticity and verification. We launched the project in October 2019. We had a gamification because at that time everything was games in blockchain. So we wanted to like connect and put art and games together.
18.
Unfortunately, 18. 2018. Yeah, it's true. Thank you for correcting me. We're almost 2 years old. This is crazy. So yeah, and a lot shifted. A lot of things like we got mature. I think 2 years is a very good time for a startup. We've seen a bunch of blockchain projects being born and dying in the process. We're still here, strong and kicking, and building. So yeah, we left a bit aside the gaming characteristics of our ecosystem, and we decided to focus on art proprietary technology, starting with the gallery. Obviously, we need to start from something. The gallery is still on beta, and I will probably go a little bit through why ES, because a lot of people they ask this question, and I think we should dive into it. I think a lot of people will have questions also here in the group. We decided for years because of scalability, because of the possibility of interoperability, the possibility of the easy build of side chains, not being hostage and dependent on one mainnet. And why that? Because art must be timeless, right? And I, with my experience in blockchain projects and crypto and ICOs and seeing the projects coming to life and raising a bunch of money and and dropping everything in 6 months, I still couldn't like. We learned a lot. We've seen a lot. We lived a lot in crypto and blockchain, right? So what we want to offer to our users, is an ecosystem that is easily transferable to other place. So if EAS wouldn't exist, Pixies will keep on existing. Like we're a company that is running like a real company. We're not just a crypto blockchain project. There's a lot of things being cooked and being refactored. So one first thing that why we chose is the scalability possibilities. We're not dependent on the governance of the blockchain to scale. The software itself, it's updated from time to time, so this gives us more freedom and gives us more speed into the development. So this was one of the factors. The second factor is that the transactions are free. So if you want to have a mainstream, and that's our goal in the future, to have a mainstream platform for everyone to interact with, for people to start collecting digital art, even if they don't hold crypto in their wallet, if they don't know anything about blockchain, they can just plug in and transact. That was our goal, to have very fast, immediate transactions. So you issue an NFT is issued 2 seconds, 1 second, and your NFT is already on chain. There are no fees, resources. It's a little bit of a hassle right now, but in PixEOS we'll fix the resources issue. So soon in the future, you'll not need to touch anything CPU, net, and RAM related. So and all that to explain you guys that we're not pegged to ES. So PixEOS is an independent project with an independent economy that is being completely refactored. We were talking a bit earlier today with Alegria. PixEOS is kind of building the ArtFi economy, and it's out of everything you've ever seen out there. There's no other art platform that will have an economic system like PixEOS has. We'll have fully compliant, ready to tokenize anything, to sell everything, anything in shatters, to be looked by accredited investors. So the art coin is coming. And that's what I would like to tell you guys. Like what we're building
Oh,
is like really, really out of the box.
okay, okay. PixEOS art coin is coming. It's a good breakdown of why EOS and what that means. Um, we have, let me see. I'm gonna read it now because it caught my attention. Whale Shark has a question. He says it's for later, but I'll lose it. There is the overhanging worry about the longevity of the EOS blockchain, given that the consolidation of BPs as well as the concentration of BPs in China. What does Fred think, and what is the plan? What is the plan B in case that EOS no longer becomes feasible?
Yeah, that goes exactly to what I was saying. We're not like EOS is the software where we built our technology, but PixEOS it's already becoming a completely independent project. Like despite what happens to EOS, PixEOS will be live and will be out there. I'll explain a little bit how we're gonna run. We're not dependent on the. I would say in 3 to 4 months we'll be completely independent from EOS. Our ecosystem will not have a token into the ecosystem, so everything will be through a stable coin, and the PixEOS will be a pure utility token. So we're building something that is really revolutionary in the economic sense. We'll have a sort of proprietary technology that I cannot still disclose that will sit over the proof of stake of EOS. So you still have the proof of stake, but to avoid any sort of attacks, Sybil attacks, and to give also this motivational and fully compliance utility to the token, we're building this whole technology with a partner that this is already public, UtilityX, that is backing us up in this new reality. So we will not be pegged to any blockchain currency wise. So
Okay.
PixEOS will be 100% independent in that sense.
Amazing. So, for maybe the less tech savvy amongst us, me being one of them,
hmm
it's you're essentially gonna have your own chain, or just something that's just so different that it's not the same.
We will run. That's the beauty of EOS. EOS allows for the build of sister chains and side chains
Mhm.
infinitely. So it's a kind of it's one mainnet that was launched, but the technology is expandable. So we will be sitting in a fully compliant sister chain of EOS with our own fully independent tokenomic infrastructure.
Is it
And
something? Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
Is it something similar to what Wax has done, where
Yeah, something similar to Wax,
hmm
but Wax is like this giant marketplace where
hmm
like you can it's a kind of a blockchain open sea, right? You can
yeah,
drop everything there.
yeah, yeah.
Pixis is more oriented to like real. collectibles. So
Okay.
we have proprietary. What makes us different than all the other projects out there is that we built our NFT standard from the scratch exclusively for arts. So we tackled all the issues and the characteristics of the art industry. So we
So
are not using an NFT contract that was coded somewhere and that fits NFTs in general. What we built is specifically for art and
okay.
collectibles. So what we're cooking, and you guys will know, we have a lot of special projects coming out. The first one is John Urlander. He got very famous because of his exploding heads, and we'll soon launch a 21 pieces fine arts, digital fine arts from John Urlander. It's the first time that he's selling fine art, digital art, and not this fun exploding heads, moving pants, and all this stuff. So, and then we're also cooking other special projects with mainstream big artists. Some of them exclusive for PixEOS. Like we were closing 1 year cooperations with Sideshow and Marvel designers. There are some very hot stuff coming to PixEOS for the time being, and this is only allowed because we have this and the proprietary NFT technology that our collectibles are real collectibles. So they are within one ecosystem, they're traded there. You have the secondary market, but it's assured that they are unique and they are rare. So it's not something that, like, for example, Wax and Ethereum, not talking bad about competition, but it's very easy to counterfeit. You see a bunch of counterfeited images out there. Like you launch, and then it's happening a lot in Rarible with Hakatao and with mainstream big artists that people, they only notice when they already bought, because it's just
Yeah.
such a great opportunity to see something being launched from that specific artist
Yeah.
there, and then all of a sudden you just got scammed for $100, $600.
Yeah. And it happens to experienced people, non-experienced people. So it's a problem that does need a solution. Uh,
Yeah, it's a verification and technology problem.
hmm
It's because we
hmm
are still using things that they were not conceived exactly for what the art industry needs and demands.
hmm Okay. So
Exactly, and
before,
I believe that a bit brings us to next thing that we would like to cover is actually the artist relations, verifications, and what is being called the art problems. So problems of real art industry. By real, I mean physical art that is known by collectors, auctions, and so on. And this was something that keeps inspiring us for developing because these problems are still not tackled. And by building and improving, we believe that's our main goal, right? To actually go to art industry and say, hey guys, you might not know what blockchain is, what EOS is, and you don't need to, right? But we have the technology that can solve those issues. And that pretty much explains the idea of the project, I believe. Because as Fred was saying, it's a lot of layers that lead us to avoiding counterfeits, to avoiding imposters. And we're trying our best to cover these issues on the platform and also to strategize on how to avoid it once we scale more. Because obviously these things will appear. Some people are tricky. They're trying to get your money using the platforms that are allowing that. So we're definitely not that one. And talking about verification, we are always trying to at least double check the artist, have some dialogues, have some proof that it's really the artist that created those artworks. And if we have any concerns, we will definitely get in touch, talk with artists, and do everything to secure both artists and collectors. Because sometimes we hear people, even artists, saying that, hey guys, what's wrong with that? Why I cannot just go and post whatever I want? Why you being a gatekeeper and stuff like this? From one hand, I understand their point, but usually they stop this conversation when I tell them following. But what if someone will come and do this with your artworks? Will you be happy if someone will come to our gallery and post your artworks and sell them without your name, just using your efforts, your sweat, your time? Will you be happy with that? And then I
yeah,
believe the answer is no.
yeah.
So we're trying to protect both artists and collectors. That's what
hmm
important.
We are protecting the
Yeah,
artists and collectors.
Yeah,
So
I
we have
think.
like several layers in PixEOS. One is the technology, the verification technology. The other is the curation team, and we are like, because of our background, mainly both me and Christina with PR, with dealing with people, with events, and everything that we've done in life, that you need to make people happy and you need to have these human interactions. So
Mhm.
we try to communicate, onboard, educate everyone one by one. Like no matter how much work we have, like we love what we're doing. So Pixies always has this human layer of interaction with the artists and collectors for everyone that wants to join, know more, and understand how to interact with the platform at this stage, because it's still a little bit of a technical hassle to onboard,
Mhm.
create the wallet and all that. Though we got a very seamless solution with Wombats, one partnership, and they're being rock stars in supporting the gallery with free resources when you're interacting with the gallery. So it gives a lot of freedom for everyone that are on board. The creation of the year's account is also free. So basically, you can just install and come to us, and then you will go through this small verification process that is necessary to avoid counterfeits, to protect the collectors, to avoid stock images. Like, I'm baffled with the amount of stock images that are being sold in our competing platforms,
Yeah,
and collectors buying that and paying $500 for something that is for sale elsewhere for 50 cents or
yeah.
90
Well, there's
cents,
people,
right?
some people that don't understand the verification process or that don't know why it exists, or it's kind of simple. It's just, well, this is not your platform, and some people feel that they can do whatever they want until someone else wants to do whatever they want. That's not okay.
Yeah, it's the
The
thin line of my space and your space, right?
yeah,
Like,
like
it's not all right when I'm invading your space, not all right for you to invade my
yeah,
space, and we
yeah,
need to coexist and be happy together. That's
yeah.
how it's meant
It's
to
like
be. And it's not censorship, it's not a gatekeeper. Like, what we're doing here is just assuring that only verify assets are coming to the platform. Because like when you issue an NFT, and that's what people sometimes they don't think about it, you're not buying an image, but this image needs to be properly represented, right? I think like for the art world, the token and the image both are important and they complement each other. Because I don't buy a COA, a certificate of provenance out there.
mhm.
I buy an artwork with a COA, right? So to tell that what matters to me is the NFT, you're telling, okay, I'm buying a piece of paper that represents an artwork that I may not possess,
Mhm.
right? So what we're doing in Pix is trying to change and shift this mindset of, I'm not buying an image, I'm buying a token. So we are not selling papers saying that the artwork is original. We're trying to sell the artwork with an NFT that is the real representation of the authenticity of that piece, right? And it's still a mentality that needs to shift. We see it out there and happening every day, that not all collectors they really care about the artist. The art looks very well, very nice. It's
Mhm.
a beautiful thing to admire, but let's see what's behind that, like what the platform that is doing that is caring about, if it's
Uh,
only selling the NFT or if it's caring about also the image that
eh,
you're acquiring.
there's a few there's a few of us that are very strong proponents proponents of making sure that the NFT is something done right, something done correctly, that the information is stored 100%, that the user is gonna own this, forever, and so
Exactly.
don't feel like that it's just you trying to push something good forward and people looking at you like you're crazy, like, but it's just the picture. No, it's not just the picture.
No,
Exactly,
exactly.
exactly.
Exactly. And
And
one like we're trying to protect that as much as we can. Go ahead, Kristen.
now I was going to say that that's a layer of education, which is, I believe, also a next step for us while we are going to people from non-crypto arts, let's call it area. While those people might not understand the technology fully, but they need to understand that we're actually changing the way people see digital art. Because it's not just right click of the button and I save it and that's it. No, you can actually collect these things. And I believe that's the beauty of what is being created with pictures and other platforms. So that's exactly what should be, I believe, taught to people outside of those community, like we are presenting right now, like those who are crypto enthusiasts, blockchain enthusiasts. Like we would like to spread the word outside of that and actually bring those artists who never thought that there is an opportunity to monetize their art by not just selling T-shirts or mugs, but actually sell their work, their effort, put it into some numbers, and get some good money, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, that's a message that artists can rally behind 100%. Uh,
And I just came up to my mind like to I think a couple of things that are important for us to mention. For example, the PixEOS NFT shows the thumbnail of the artwork. That is something that I don't see in other blockchains. So when you access your account on the Explorer, you actually see
mm,
the images of the NFTs that you purchased.
oh, I
So
see.
in the core of PixEOS, and that's why our NFT tech it's so disruptive for the art industry, you can actually see your art on chain.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I did. It didn't last long, or maybe I just didn't keep looking. But when you traded some ERC 721s, the picture did come up, or maybe it was brief, but I do remember that. But that is cool because then you don't have to look all the way to the
Yeah,
maker's page or the profile or the. Yes, that saves a lot of time.
yeah, exactly. And it's not only saving time; it's just that it's registering your metadata in your NFT and metadata. Like there
Yeah.
are ways to showcase. There are many ways in blockchain for you to showcase the art, but it depends on how the NFT contract is coded and for what's the purpose of that NFT contract. Another thing that we're doing is like allowing. You see a bunch of like these display apps out there where, for example, you go and you buy a unique artwork and you pay $1,000 for it. And then they're selling a subscription for $15 that allow everyone to display the artworks in their TV, for example. We're not doing that in Pixies. So our artworks are to be displayed in specific displays like the Canvia partnership that we have right now. So we are deeply integrating the tech into Canvia. So you click on your private collection, your artwork, and you'll be the only one allowed to display your artwork in your wall. It's not something that someone else will pay a subscription and will showcase the artwork that you paid $1,000, and then those guys, just because they pay $15 per month, they are also entitled to display your art in that gallery collection. In the case of Pixies, like if you buy a Canvia, you have your collection in the gallery, and that's your collection, like your collection of paintings. Only you can display, only you can hang it in the wall and show it to your friends, family, make exhibitions, and so on. In the moment that you sell that artwork, it's not in your collection again in the
Awesome.
Canvia display.
Okay. So part of the title of this hangout was walkthrough, right? If one of you or both wanna share your screen so that maybe for the people that aren't familiar with the website, you can kind of take over that and do it as a, as a walkthrough for someone that you were trying to onboard. We got the background, we know the backbone. If you could just show us the process and tell us a little bit about EOS, the requirements, what do we need? Just if we were gonna start minting today and we were verified, right?
Exactly. Yeah. No, everyone can register to the gallery. It's very easy and very simple. So you have
Yeah.
on the top right side the register. You
But if you
register with your
wanna if you
email.
wanna share the screen, I think it'll be a little easier, and then maybe you can just show different things.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah, I can share.
yeah, and that way it's already up for when you want to speak about all the other secret stuff.
No, I think it's good that we mentioned Canva because that's an interesting partnership for us and also for people who actually would love to have an opportunity to display the art just in the same way as you can display your physical piece of art that you own. Screen, right? Or can't I?
Okay. I had another question flash by brief. Um, is the technology being used to verify people, is it all AI or like,
No. There's a bunch still being coded. So Pixies, like the gallery itself, is quite young, right? So we have right now a mix of technology of test fly, let's say, units in the back end, combined with our human interaction. So right now it's like a tech human curation team working together to verify the artworks. On the artist side, it's pretty much human because we like to have this interaction with the artists. When we see that someone registered, we go, we ping them in social media, we chat a little bit about it. We want to know their portfolio, where they've been publishing, and try to know a little bit more about the person itself. So to verify that an artist account is connected to a real person, even if it's anonymous. And then we have several layers of verification. For example, PixEOS is verifying blockchain. We're auditing the blockchain. So we can find relationships between accounts. We have tackled, I would say, at least 5 accounts that were impersonating and they were connected. So they were transferring tokens to each other to mint. They were
Oh,
transferring tokens from the sales to each other. So we're auditing the blockchain side.
so
And
it's
this is also very,
not necessarily, I'm sorry to cut you off. It's not necessarily
yeah, yeah.
just the image that's being scanned, it's also the chain, the address.
No, we're scanning everything. Like I'll tell you the verification layers that we have. So we have blockchain audits, we have AI verification, we have a web scraper technology working with us, reverse image search, and then we have the human hands of people that understand curation and they go through, they went through the processes before with real curation and can interact with artists, can explain the artist what's going on, why you cannot publish that. It may be offensive for some public, so you cannot publish that. Like it's not like I'm censoring because there are boobs or because there is a corpse in an artwork. I'm censoring because PixEOS is going through a process of partnering with schools where the students can publish their whole art portfolio from the beginning when they're very talented and create the whole history of their studies until they become um, artists or real artists in the blockchain and have these immutable. So PixEOS is a space for everyone. And
Mhm.
as a space for everyone, everyone needs to respect everyone. We have 13 years old artists selling the gallery, 16 years old artists selling the gallery, potential 4 and 5 years old artists that we've been looking at with a lot of talents that will sell in the gallery and go and
Oh,
explore in the gallery, right? So it's we're a different project. Like we have a different vision. Our vision is very broad for the future. It's just the beginning. But verification wise, we have many technologies right now running in the back end to help us tackle plagiarism and counterfeits.
okay. That's
And
interesting.
also, maybe stepping a bit aside from digital art, we are working on the solution for actually connecting physical artworks with the NFTs and well, actually digitizing your artworks and selling them with the help of our partnership with City, which is an NFC kit provider for us. So it's right now being tested, but I can already give a bit of idea of how it's going to work. So on the physical artwork, let's say it's a sculpture, you will have an artist kit and your artwork is connected with the NFT that has been created for this specific artwork with the metadata, with the name of creator, and all the necessary information. And you attach the NFC chip, which is sticker. If someone tries to destroy the sticker, it automatically destroys. Automatically is a loud word, but it means that it won't be available for scanning anymore. And in this way, we will make sure that physical artworks actually can be an NFT, can be sold and also verified, like all the way from the beginning when the creator did this artwork, connected with an NFT, then sold. And it also tackles the real problems of art industry. So in that way, people will uh, sort of be forced to make things right. So we will make sure that those sales without artists getting royalties won't happen anymore.
Okay, awesome. Now that you mentioned royalties, what's the breakdown on that?
That's something like I'll explain how it rolls right now. So PixEOS has like a very standardized royalty system. So the primary sales is 85% to the creator, 15% for the platform. The secondary market is 80, 10, 10. So 80 for the collector, 10 for the artist, and 10 for the platform. But all of that will change in the new economy. And that's something that we'll need probably another call in 1 month or two for us to go through the whole motivational system that we will have in the new economy of PixEOS. So the artist and collector the will remain. So the 85 and the 80 will remain, and then the break that what comes to the platform will be a highly motivating distribution to all the community. So we'll have all the artists in the platform being benefited from the NFT creation. We'll have all the collectors in the platform being motivated by the NFT creation. They will get a share of the former platform margin. That is what Pixis is taking now. In the future, will be distributed among 5 different actors in the platform, and these will be like a full cycle economy, like you have in the country, like you have in the city. Everything like it's fully full utility. So Pixis will be a full utility coin in the future, where you have the business of the gallery running, and then you have an utility token, pretty much based in the best DeFi infrastructure that are built right now, running sideways. That will be the Pixis token and the art coin, how I called before, because like it was never seen in the space. So when we'll be ready to give a lot of details, I think everyone will be super
Man,
enthusiastic about it.
you're saying a lot of buzzwords right now. A lot of
Yeah,
buzzwords.
exactly.
I'm excited. Um, Let me see. One thing that we're seeing a lot is the different mediums of art that are being able to be minted, right? We
Hmm.
see Super Rare doing things. They started off with JPEGs, GIFs, now movie files. Some are doing JLIB files, right? Is that what the like the VR 3D
The
art file is
3D,
called?
yeah.
Yeah. What are they any of those limitations that you can't do? Can you do things that are even more grand? What are the both sides? What can it can and can't happen on PixEOS?
Yeah, well, our file types, it's also a scalable process. So we started with GIF, JPEG, and PNG. We already implemented MP4. We have 3D ready for deployment, but as we're in this beta stage where you have so many things, you're touching so many things, and you need to deploy so many things. We have the special projects with these special artists, so we
Hmm.
still didn't deploy 3D, but there's so much in the pipeline. If Pixis has their own project, like crypto voxels, Somnium Space, all of that. So for the future, Pixis has its own art world being conceived and being prepared. Another thing that we are also preparing is a freelance marketplace where you can commission artwork from the artist directly. So if you're a collector in the platform, or if you're a businessman needing of a logo, a background, a wallpaper, or a full website, you'll be able through Pixius to commission freelance creative media and graphical content. So this is also in the pipeline to be an exclusively visual blockchain-based freelance marketplace.
Awesome. Christina, is there something that we're missing since you're at the helm?
I'm
Something
keeping an eye on the schedule.
that
Yeah.
Everything we need to cover today. But yeah, I believe this question about formats was quite important for the artists who might be listening us right now. So yeah, those are the ones that support it, and we will be super happy to see new faces on board and people supporting us. I don't know, Fred, do you want to cover something more? We should maybe hop to the questions
I
or
think
how does
we
the
can hop
community
like
want?
Alegria asked us to go through a little bit the walkthrough in the gallery. I don't know if you're able to share your screen,
yeah, if you
and then we
can,
Um,
can
I hope so.
quickly, yeah, we
if
can
you couldn't
quickly.
before, it might just be a setting. So just give me a second. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but everything's like we try to do everything super streamlined, and I'm seeing the comments in the chat. Everything's like super user friendly. It's very intuitive. So it's register, put your email, confirm, like, verify your email, and then you're on board. Then the next stage is go to your profile. In the hamburger menu, you can find your profile. You go to your profile, fill up as much information as you can as an artist. So we really ask artists to put like a proper biography, to put all the social media links that they could include. If they have actual portfolios, link your portfolio there. Get as much information as you can. Try to put a nice avatar picture on that. PixEOS has an avatar maker that is also on chain, so you can create your avatar image, pixel art image in the blockchain. It's not monetized. It's something that we did only for the community, only for fun. So we're not making money out of it. It's already 2 years old, but you can go there and create your avatar if you think it's fun enough, and then you're ready to communicate with us and get verified as an artist. You have a limited number of slots, so we increase the number of slots as you sell your art, so to avoid also spamming the gallery with artworks. So the artists that they manage to sell arts in the platform, that they help us onboarding collectors and move forward, we expand their slot capacity in the gallery. We have two ways of, let's say, classifying the artists in the gallery. A third one coming very soon. So you can be just an artist, and you can be a verified artist, right? So the unverified artist is that supply enough information for us to check that is not an imposter or an impersonator. The verified artist is that one that opens a line of communication with us, and we see that there is like this kind of like mutual beneficial cooperation that we want to drive forward, that we believe in the project, that we believe in the future of digital art. So we try to align with artists that they have the same vision and understand what we're doing. So we have these two layers of verification and in the gallery. So anyone that would like to get in touch with us and know how it works better, we'll be happy to provide more information. But it means that you're interacting with PixEOS often.
Awesome. Christina, I think I gave you the right permissions now to share your screen, but you might have to
Sure.
refresh your Discord right quick. You can do it by pressing Control R, and you'll get disconnected, but you'll be right back. I can
Just
ask.
a second. It actually allows me. I believe it might
Okay. If the screen
allow
is
me to
blank,
do
if the
that.
when it connects and if the screen is blank, you might have to do that little trick, and then it'll be good. While you do that, I had a question here from Justin that says, are you working on a way to segregate the potentially sensitive content from the rest to allow those that are of age to still purchase artwork that otherwise would be censored?
That's
Yeah, we
already sort of
We
separate in the.
have we already have the sensitive content tag, though our curation team is still quite criterious on that. So it's not that everything is allowed. Like we are planning to have like a completely separate space for that. It's not something that will happen in the upcoming, let's say, 2 3 months. So it's something for the future. But yeah, we have that in mind.
Cool.
But right now, like slight, okay, slight nudity, or like we see some mermaids and we see some 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 things out there, some nudes that we allow, but unfortunately we're not opening up because like we're aiming much larger and much more mainstream. So we really want teenagers publishing, we really want parents being able to put their talented kids artworks there and curating their we have partnerships already being worked with schools. So that's a part of the B2B business of PixEOS that also exists. Like we have a lot of B2B strategies for museums, galleries, outdoor exhibitions, schools, no matter what age of the kids. You have ultra talented kids creating art and having a very, very hard time on putting their artworks out there besides their parents sharing here and there in Facebook or Instagram, right? So why not to put it in, immortalize those artworks and make it possible for these kids to start slowly monetizing and building an artist career in the digital world and the crypto art world, right? So that's the reason that we cannot be as permissive as people would like us to be. It's a sort of like a social censorship. It's not like PixEOS gatekeeper censorship. It's because if I had, and we had already parents coming to us, like I would love to put my kid artwork in the gallery. He's extremely talented, but I I'm seeing so much, so many things out there in the other crypto platforms that I cannot allow my kid even to observe his own artwork, right? So that's what we're trying to do here, to be for everyone. Like,
Awesome.
and we want to create a space in the future for that, separate space in the gallery where everything it's allowed. It's like our nightclub, let's say, the PixEOS bar.
Nice, nice,
But
nice.
that will come in time, and that will come in the new infrastructure. We'll also have different NFT contracts, also for like when people just want to mint whatever, like in Rarible, for example. Like we have that in mind. We want to have spaces where freedom is there. You can do whatever
Mhm.
you want, and we are not gatekeeping anything. We're not verifying anything. It's just a free NFT generating platform where you can have this open market, right? This is
Mhm.
in the pipeline. It will happen. Like all that we're saying here is not like we're not talking about 6 months. The Pixies is a long-term project.
We
So
need a roadmap. We need a roadmap because there's a lot happening.
yeah. I know the short-term roadmap is very simple. The gallery is
Yeah.
out there. Verification systems getting mature every day. Then we'll have the migration. No one should be afraid of the migration at this stage. So our token is out there for whatever.
Mhm.
We're not
Mhm.
giving financial advices or telling anyone to buy the tokens. Just the minting right now has a cost. It's 50 cents, around 50 cents in EOS and around 7 cents in PixEOS tokens. In the
Mhm.
future, when we migrate, it will be free to mint. So all these hassle that I need to pay $20 to mint, I need to pay
What?
$12 to mint, that will not exist in Pixie. So you go there and you mint.
What? Stop lying.
So
Stop lying.
no, that's the truth, and it's not that far away. So it's still happening this year. Like Pixies will be free to mint, and every NFT that is minted will generate utility tokens for all the actors in the platform.
Okay.
So this is like pretty cool features that we'll have out very soon.
Dope. Dope. All right, Christina. Christina's sharing her screen, so if you want to get a brief,
You can
quick
note.
walkthrough, Christina's gonna break it down.
Yes. So I'm not super good in explaining how it works, so hopefully you can follow. As long as I'm a registered user, you see already my profile. However, if I wouldn't, that's exactly the button register is here usually, and that's how it looks like our main page. So I believe we created quite a plain design for now. You can see first thing you can see is our statistics for all time. So around 900 artworks published, half of them sold. Total earned is divided for EOS and PixEOS. As long as we mentioned, we have two cryptocurrencies circulating on the platform. You can see all those beautiful artworks. Logic here is that first main page is representing the newest NFTs issued and published for sale. So these are the newest tokens that appeared on the chain. If we go to the explore page, that's the marketplace and profiles, two tabs that you can see here. Marketplace is using the time logic. So any activity that has happened on the NFT will make it go up. So for example, maybe here the bid has happened. That's why this NFT appeared on the top. If we go further, that means that less action was happening on those artworks. What will happen if we also have some filters for collectors to be able to search for stuff? I don't know, we can try it, like let's search for some love, and here is artworks. An interesting thing that we are searching through the metadata, so if the artist decided to put love in the description of artwork, we can still see these artworks in that list of the search. Let's say I'm an
It's a
artist.
very deep searching system, so it goes very deep into the whole metadata of the
Everywhere.
artwork. Yeah.
Yeah. So as for an artist, let's say I'm already having my wombat here. You can see the icon of them. It's super simple, and I won't go through it right now. I believe anyone who wants can contact us. It literally will take 15 minutes of your time max. We can help you
Yeah,
with
and you find
onboarding.
it in the you will find it in the profile, the link to Wombat. So
Yes.
when you fill
So
up your profile, the next
good.
stage is
That's actually a good
telling.
thing to show.
Yeah.
Here you can see that my EOS account linked. If I'm a new user, I see here four buttons. These 4 buttons with the connected wallet, either Scatter or Wombat, will literally just ask you to confirm those actions. So it's like click, click, click 4 times. That's it. And then you're good to go with your EOS account linked. Again, if I'm an artist and I would like to create, I'm going to the Manage Your Artworks tab. Super simplistic, I believe. We create new artwork. Here we can see that answer to the question of what are the allowed formats together with the size. As for now, it's like this. As it was mentioned, we are planning to launch 3D after the migration. I believe quite self-explanatory description, text, and history. Important thing that I believe was already emphasized, but we do require metadata because as in real art world, by real, again, I mean physical, we like to know what was happening with the artist, what he was thinking, what is the idea behind the creation, what were the tools that I used. Quite the same with the digital. Think about it as it will be mesmerized in, let's say, dozen of years by the children of the collector who bought it. It will be interesting to know more about how you create it. So be careful with those fields, make it interesting for people outside to read. We have categories, tags, I believe also quite self-explanatory.
We love good metadata, like every proper COA. If you have good metadata, it's the whole point of the artwork, not only the image, it's the story
that
behind
will be
how you
part of
created
UNFT.
it, how you created the date of creation, your inspiration on that piece. So this is how the art world goes. If you have
We
a
got
very abstract piece, if you get a lot of information about how you create and why it is abstract like it is, it gives a lot of room for the collectors to understand your art style and your inspiration.
awesome. Equally important question is where is the media and metadata stored?
The medium metadata stored in the blockchain.
Either or the media or the metadata.
Yeah, the media is stored. Like we have IPFS redundancy. So one of the goals of the PixEOS gallery is to be a mainstream gallery, right? And I cannot have an image loading for 2 minutes directly from my PFS for people that are browsing normal websites, right? And you know that there is this big delay or waiting time in the other galleries when you're loading the full page, depending on your internet connection speed and so on. And there's a lot of complaints and a lot of people not managing actually from, for example, Venezuela or countries that they don't have like super fast internet to load the crypto gallery. So what we're doing, we store the image in our servers with IPFS redundancy for blockchain people, let's say, satisfaction. Not to say that we are centralizing everything, so everything has a redundancy in IPFS, but the loadout of the gallery must be fast and immediate. So we're not storing the whole image in IPFS.
Gotcha. The main question is metadata stored on or off chain?
On chain.
On chain.
On chain. Everything, including the thumbnail of the artwork.
Thumbnail on chain. Metadata fully on chain. Okay, Christina.
Only
Is any
the
other?
image. The image has hybrid, like full file storage on our servers, IPFS redundancy of the image.
Cool. Jim has a good suggestion. He says you guys should check out Fleek for IPFS hosting. It's just as fast as regular hosting. Glad you guys are using IPFS.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it for sure. We're just being like super heads down in our, our own stuff. So we're super grateful when someone can come up. There are so many projects out there and so amazing projects out there that we cannot check on daily basis or be in touch with.
Life will start up.
Christina, okay, go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off.
No, it's fine. And I believe, the gallery is so simple that not much to show here.
Right.
Meaning that the process is super simple. Basically, you can see 5 stages of life cycle of the artwork here in the top. So once it's created, it goes to the review, which is this mentioned verification layer. Usually it takes up to 24 hours for the team to take a look. If something is going wrong, we reject. We always write the full description of why the artwork is rejected and suggest artists to get in touch with us or resubmit considering those things that might be underlined or emphasized in this rejection note. Then when it's approved, it's basically good to go. So artist is publishing it. Publishing doesn't mean creation of NFT, so it just means that artwork can be found on the gallery, and then artist is able to create an NFT. As for the NFT, once again, it was mentioned, you can choose a fee. It's quite symbolic, either 7 cents in PixEOS or around 50 cents if you pay in EOS. We will soon reduce it to zero, so no fees will be here on this stage. And then once NFT is issued, you can publish it for sale. We have two sales mode, which is open sale and time sale, so you can choose whatever you prefer. We're always trying to improve this process, and I would say improving this constantly on how to make it more flashy and more interesting for artists and more visual for collectors to understand how the sales go, how much time is left, and things like that.
Yeah, the
Last
bids
not
are
least,
timed. You can charge like collectors. They can choose the time that their bid will be live. There are a lot of UX improvements that will come to the gallery. So this is the beta stage. We're touching too many things
yeah,
technically, so we'll go step by step. But at this stage, you can choose for how long you want your bid active. The artists they can only accept the bids, and there is no way at this stage to cancel your bid. So it's very good for you guys to be aware that it's important that you put the time in your bid, not to have your EOS or Pixie stuck for 7 days, for example, if you're not willing to do it. So you put for 1, 2 days, and then it expires and it's returned automatically to your wallet. So this process will be obviously streamlined. So the Pixies is a constant mutation, evolutional platform.
Awesome. Understood. Understood. So, yeah, guys, you know, give them a check out. The website seems simple enough to get started. As one of the newer galleries, or maybe attempting to grow, what do you think has been one of like the bigger challenges that you faced in order to increase in size?
Biggest challenges like these kind of, and I'm sorry again for the word like monopolization of the crypto art scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very difficult to make people understand that we're not ES. We didn't build the ES mainnets. We didn't run the ICO. We didn't have any governance problems in our platform. So Pix is an independent art project, right? So if you believe in arts, if you believe in artists and a team that is like hard at work to build something that is completely out of the box, we're just not going with the hype. We're consistently building for 2 years and we'll keep on building for 2 years. So it's a very solid team, it's a very solid technology out there and completely independent. We have crypto in our platform, yes, because that's how we were born. But our biggest challenge is collectibility. Is people like coming to us and supporting the artists, understanding the technology, understanding what's behind, and the uniqueness of the PixEOS NFTs at this stage, and that you have a marketplace open for everyone to interact and build their own collection and go to the secondary market and to give these artists that are already publishing, some very very prominent artists from other platforms, some that they completely migrated to PixEOS and they're only publishing Pixies right now, and some big names to come with special projects, and I would highly suggest people to be attempt starting with John Norlander first 21st pieces of um, digital fine art, not only digital fun art like he's used to do, and then moving forward to other artists that will very very soon announce their big deal in the Marvel Universe sideshow, and never touched crypto before and will not touch crypto if not in Pixies for the upcoming months. So what we need right now is the collector's attention, support, and understanding that this is a thriving art marketplace, working a little bit out of let's say the costumes that we have in the crypto art space right now, and completely out of the polemics out there. So we try to respect everyone. We love to sometimes we get a bit harsh in some issues because it's always challenging when you're building and you're put down so many times, right?
Yeah.
And you know the team, you know the capabilities, you know how solid the tech is, but still everything's kind of labeled out there in a way that doesn't give as many opportunities as you as a startup, a project, and a serious team to thrive and to move forward. So what we would love to have is more collectors on board. We're here to help. We're here to listen anytime. Drop us a message in Twitter. We're super active. We're super personal as well. So by email, I'm always answering. You have artists at PixEOS.io. You can send an email anytime. If it's business related, info at PixEOS.io. We're always there to answer. In Twitter, you just send us a message. We have our Telegram groups. We are very easy to find. It's just PixEOS. You can find us on Telegram. And right now, we're getting active in Discord again. It was not our main
Yeah,
let's say, communication. Um, Group
medium.
so far, but medium. But I think that it will become like we love
Yeah,
Discord. We love the
yeah,
people
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Like I think it's very user
Definitely,
friendly and very
definitely come
important.
over. Uh,
So
Interactive.
yeah, we're everywhere basically.
how have you seen the artist growth since launch? Maybe even the collector growth since launch. We're trending up, or
Trending up all the time. We've been growing.
okay.
It's
Yeah,
not
and
explosive,
from
and the
artist
artists,
side, it's
yeah,
crazy. And we are
artist
super,
side is
super
exploding.
thankful for artists. They also spreading the word so actively. That's just, that's probably the best, let's say, evaluation of our work when you see that artists actually getting excited by using the gallery and telling a friend, bringing the people they know. That's really, thank you guys. It's amazing. I see that some of you are here, so yeah, it's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been incredible. And so many non-crypto artists, people that have never
Mhm.
touched crypto, they never saw the digital artwork before, and they're really in their beginning super talented people joining and starting to sell their pieces for the first time in their
That's
life.
awesome.
So that's super awesome.
That's awesome.
And they're not in a sea of like of images, right? In Pixies, they have their that attention, still a small ecosystem where they can have some attention. They can actually showcase and show and sell their artworks. They're not like swallowed by these big, huge, super established artists, and you're giving opportunity to these people.
hmm one thing that I really liked was how robust you said the search feature was, because it's really baffling how limited the search is on other sites. Like, come on, like I should be able to
Yeah.
put in the color red and only see red images. Like
No,
this is, or because
exactly. And this
as
is
a
evolving. Like,
yeah, as a marketplace, you want to sell more, so make it easier for people to find what they want.
Of
exactly.
course, of course.
No.
And you not always know exactly what you want. Sometimes you just in, I don't know, in certain mood, and like I just posted love the word, and that's it. Like no information, no artist name. I don't know what I want today. I just got curious about what is happening on the gallery if I search for love. And here we go. So yeah, and we have a lot of ideas how to improve the search. So it will be still super fast, but even more, let's say, options to find what you're looking for.
Awesome. Um, we didn't really touch on the coin much. Was that kind of just as much as you could say for right now, that there is one coming and it's has a few different use cases within your ecosystem?
Yeah, we do have the coin right now. Basically, it's like very simplistic. It's in the market, and you use it for mint and to when you want to sell in Pixies, or if you want to buy some artworks that are published in Pixies, you can. At this stage, we're preparing for a migration. One thing that I would like to tell everyone, and it's very important, if you're willing to buy Pixies tokens, both to interact or to hold, to invest, whatever, is to have in mind that we'll migrate. Migration will be very simple. It's a swapping system. But one thing that people they don't like very much is the KYC. But we're getting to be a fully compliant platform, because that's what the world demands for us as an art project, to be able to deal with everyone, to sell whatever, and to tokenize everything in a fully compliant way, and assure that the artworks, they are everlasting and they have appreciation through time. It's not just a hype moment or period of time of 6 months or of a year and then it goes away. right? So for that, we need to go through the whole compliance and legal process as a company, and the swapping of the tokens will demand KYC from the users. And as we are very transparent and we're very, very upfront with everything, we would like to say that if you're willing eventually to join us in this adventure of migrating to the new network and to the new this new phase of the project, whoever will be holding tokens at that moment will need to KYC in the new network to transition. From that moment on, it will be in the new network, so everyone can join from that period of time. But just a heads up in case you guys decide to join now.
Awesome. There's just so much information that it would require some follow up. It would require getting integrated into
Exactly.
your community and learning uh
Exactly.
what that's about. And any questions? Do you see any questions in the chat that you think
I think there are so many that a bit getting lost in here.
Oh, Joy is in the chat. Welcome, Joy.
Come join.
um
We can try to follow up. Let me have a look.
yeah. One big thing, other than like verification and what that entails is the question of ethics and what's going on in the current space of it all. It's very different than verification because ethics, it's just something that is inherent to people,
Hmm.
um, and that means different things to different people, but I think we can all agree on what good ethics are. I would hope. So that's one of the things that other platforms have been having problems with is people on their platforms that are deemed unethical or doing unethical things, right? And so if they stopped, they would be, just any other artist. But
Hmm.
because of an insistence of unethical behavior, they are currently who they are. And
Hmm.
some of those artists are currently on PixEOS. Is that something that kind of later on can be moved to that gallery that you were saying was unrestricted and fully open, or what is EOS's stance on things like that of that nature?
Yeah, we've been like it's already 4 months of activity. Let's say like a lot of artists they joined, they were excited for a bit, they left. We are always, let's say, we as a company, we're not always following up everything that's going on social media. Though we try with our when we are tagged, we try to follow up everything. We know that there's a lot of polemic. We try to be a little bit apart from all that. But ethics for us is very important, and I like made a comment in an article about remixes that like people they take a lot by like with the emotion with the full heart when there are many sides for every story, right? So we try not to get involved in that. We try to be as professional as possible. If something is highly unethical, everything's debatable. We love to have this kind of consensus with the community, with the collectors when we have like prominent collectors and influential artists and prominent artists, but we'll try to keep it equal for everyone. So we won't judge anyone by a polemic in another platform if it's not like based facts and impacting our ecosystem, right?
Yeah, 'cause,
So we're open, like we like ethics, like we're an ethical team. We've been going through so many hassles out there, like people copying what we've done in the past and monetizing, like other projects, big projects that you named some of them coming to our tech team and try to hire them behind our back. This happens with PixEOS. There's a bunch of things going on out there that are not ethical. Like so, we've been a target of unethical behavior from other projects all the time since
mhm.
conception.
And another thing that I want to say, like you're mentioning, I believe some concrete things, right? So if you can link us, which you believe is unethical and present it on the
Exactly.
pictures, we definitely will review and take actions if needed. So that's always
Exactly.
our position. So we are open to people that can prove their point, right? So if you just randomly will send me some name and say I want him out, I believe that will be a bit weird if I, as a part of the business, team will just say, "Oh yeah, sure, he's out," because that just creates a chaos, and people, people like drama. We are here to build business with respect to artists, with respect to collectors. So we are open to the dialects.
Yeah. 'Cause, around here and through the Whale Discord, a lot of big collectors come by. A lot of them are part of this community, and primarily Pablo from Mokta expresses his concern that ethics is a big important part to collectors, and sometimes that drives them away. So it's good that you kind of have that you both are ethical people, because I had a great conversation with you earlier, and we kind of align a lot on things that we feel are right. If someone can come to you and voice these opinions, and like you said, if there is some sort of consensus mechanism, not on the chain or
Yeah.
anything like that,
What
but
what we understand is that is a lot of like publicity on being unethical is what I noticed in crypto art world. We're
Mhm,
not rolling up with that. So
mhm,
those people that they love polemics to be important, they can do whatever they want. If they're great artists and they respect our terms, our conditions, and align with what we're doing, that's perfectly fine. But we're not driven by that. So we want like a serious platform for serious collectors to collect unique artworks with a team that is interested to guarantee that that artwork is unique, not just selling artworks for hundreds of thousands or dozens of thousands just because it's money. Like we're not making money in Pixies yet, right?
yeah,
So we're building consistently, investing as much as we can. So for you to have an idea, and this can be public, we invested $1 million so far in the project without having collectors on board, onboarding artists. So
yeah.
we're here to invest heavy. This is not a project for us to fill up our pockets and move away. This is already 2 years of solid development, not attempts, with a lot of different stages in the company in the project, ups and downs. But right now we're mature. We're mature as a team. We're very ethical. We're always out there. We give our faces. So we can any discussion, anything that is not nice and not all right, we're ready to get in a call. And Christina
Okay.
knows me. Like sometimes she's pushing me back a lot because I really go out there and talk with people. Like, what's your problem? Let's talk face to face. Let's resolve this problem right now. So maybe there's something we're not native. Sometimes like there are some misunderstandings in information that we put out personally, and it happens a lot with me. But what we know is that the verse itself is unethical. Like
Mhm.
And
what
once
Pixies
again,
is
as it
living
was,
from the beginning, like we're dwelling in an unethical verse. So we've been attacked all the time by manipulation, by monopolization, by these super hyped, very, very let's say marketing oriented platforms that in the tech side they're delivering close to nothing. They have 19 years old coders developing for them without any background on collectibles and artworks, but they are in San Francisco and they are super big and they have a lot of knowledges in the marketing and publicity world, and they can onboard big projects to sell things there. But those collectibles are super fragile in the tech side, in the ethical side as well. It's very easy to counterfeit.
yes, and
So that's
finishing
exactly
this thought,
why. Mhm.
yeah, as it was stated before, we have started projects with the understanding and deep interest to art and art industry in the widest understanding of this word. So we're constantly having the conversations with the collectors who are actually buying from Christie's and so on. I personally have connection and regularly talks with the art critic here in Ukraine, who is internationally known and who is assisting in understanding the art world better for us, right? Because obviously more people, who are deeper in this professionally in this industry, more you understand. So we take these topics extra seriously, I would say, and we also trying to and we do see, not trying, we actually see quite wide picture of the art world. So that's why while we do respect people's opinion, we do respect artists and collectors, but we are here to make the business that will be A, ethical, B, will be solving real art world problems.
Awesome, awesome. It's a conversation, obviously not for something that can be wrapped up in 15 minutes. I appreciate Pablo for coming over, listening, at least receptive to new information, which is great. We all wouldn't be here if we weren't receptive to new information, because if someone, when we got started in this journey called blockchain, we could have easily said, no, I'm not trying that. And we probably did until, we saw something else that made us, dive head first. So whenever something new comes, just be receptive. I mean, it's just so much easier to be receptive and exactly find out what it is that you don't like about something. So the ethical conversation, it's one for the ages. So I invite Pablo to reach out to you guys and speak, and let's just interchange ideas, and let's keep building the space for, like you keep saying, for all of us, right? There is space for all of us.
For all of
You
us and for long term.
Yeah,
Let's not
yeah.
forget, like many people they are like very young in the blockchain crypto space, but who's here for 4, 5, 6, 3 years already know like the volatility of the space, how fast things they come to light and how fast they completely fade and disappear, right?
We all
And
remember 2017, right?
Oh my God,
exactly,
I forget more projects a week than exist.
exactly,
Oh
exactly.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it's about time to, and that's what's quite interesting about the crypto art world. I think like everyone that is in this space is
Mhm.
trying to kind of build consistently, right? And keep out there and keep publishing, keep pushing new artists, keep pushing new artworks. And this is kind of amazing. But like what we want is this to be long lasting. It's not for people to spend 50K, 100K, 150K in collectibles. That's what will be of those collectibles in 2 years. Like we don't
Yeah.
know what's going on behind doors of the other platforms. Like
Yeah.
we know, and I'm open to talk with anyone personally in private. Like we know a lot of the dirty laundry of the crypto art space right now,
Yeah.
and a lot of things that are only like
Fortunately.
this yeah, only like big billboards of like we sell this, we
Yeah.
sold that, we sold.
It's
But who's behind that? Like how things are going on there? Who's
yeah.
bidding on that?
Yeah.
Like putting artworks and like the team bidding the artworks to appreciating price.
Yeah.
That's not what we're doing in PixEOS.
Yeah.
Like we want collectors to come and collect, and if
Yeah.
they will open the secondary market and sell and trade between themselves, that's amazing and brilliant, and it's a natural organic growth of the platform. It's not something that we, because we're backed by someone, we go and we bid and we put the prices up there, and then there is a collector that comes and buys for 20K and stuck with an artwork that no one will buy from
Yeah.
him, right?
Uh,
So we want the natural appreciation, organic growth of the gallery artists and artworks in the gallery.
one term that I keep hearing is that, oh, crypto is like the Wild West and things are going on. But another interesting point that Pablo mentioned was that just because it's different, it is Wild West and it's blockchain, we don't have to forget our good regular business morals and standings, right?
Exactly.
Like it's still,
Exactly.
you can still be
Exactly.
good people anonymously.
Exactly. You can still be good people. Like we don't need to be assholes because we're hiding behind a keyboard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
100%. All right, guys. I think we've been going for about an hour and a half. This is
Wow.
being recorded. In case if I caught you off guard with that, do you have something that you wanna release that is super secret that we're not gonna tell anyone? Or any closing remarks?
no, I think everything's fine. We're pretty much open about everything.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I
and
guess
we're here for people to understand things. I know it's not easy. It's a very, very wide project, roadmap, vision, and all that. So it's difficult to understand and compare with other projects. But we're here to help. Anything, any questions? Like I've
exactly.
seen that a
We're
lot of
open
people
to
already
the
registered. They still didn't manage to get their wallet connected. So we're here to help. Drop us a
Mhm.
message in Discord. Drop us
Uh,
a message
Definitely.
in
If you
Twitter.
have a second, or I know some from the community are in here. Can you drop those links to Telegram, Discord, all your socials? That would be great, so
sure.
that these questions can get answered as soon as possible.
Yeah, and we're really fast with our replies, so most likely we can get you guys on board super fast and as much uh, Ethereum friendly as possible, because I understand that's completely new world for people who never dealt with EOS, but once you get comfortable with it, it's quite plain to operate on. So yeah, thank you so much. That's crazy that we are presenting to that many people and great feedbacks. Thank you so much. It's wow.
It's overwhelmingly good. We're
Yes,
Oh
super
yeah.
yes.
happy to
Um,
be here and finally be listened by a crowd that understands NFT and crypto art and digital
Yeah.
arts,
thank you.
and it's very very important for our team. We're humbled to have this
It's
opportunity.
I appreciate you guys equally or even more. You are building things where it's easy to criticize from behind the keyboard that you're not coding on. Like, oh yeah, this is whack. Like, no, how about you come work for a little bit and then
Yeah,
put some passion and you guys, I did a vibe check and your vibe is correct. Your vibe, you guys have a good vibe about you. Are hardworking and are just evolving with the space, as we all are. So maybe something that we all think is correct today might not be correct tomorrow, but it's our position to then do the correct thing after we know what it is, right? So I think you guys have that pretty down packed. I hope I'm not too deep into technicals, but we had a great time. The vibe was good. I think that the communities
yeah.
can really mesh, if they're artists and want to check you guys out.
Yeah, I think there's one last question here from Ryan Z. Can I
Yeah,
answer to that?
sure.
Because I think he didn't get before. Why is good choice if except is free? So, like the question to this, and I'll go back to the beginning of the conversation. So we chose EAS because of the scalability and the moving technology. EAS evolves fast. It's free. One, this is good. It will allow us in the future not to charge anything for the NFT creation. It's more smart contract flexibility is huge. So we found out that we could code much more freely for the art world and build a much more solid and robust NFT standard for our project, relying on the smart contract. Third thing, scalability. Like you can build side chains. It allows for everlasting existence. So you're not dependent on one technology, or you're dependent on one technology, but not one chain, not one currency. So PixEOS again is not EOS. It's not an EOS, a project developed by EOS. We set in the best software technology to build the ultimate art platform, and we're soon moving to our own full ecosystem, full utility ecosystem. So you just stay tuned and watch what's next.
Awesome. Hey, there's a Discord link. We're very I mean, I'm very Discord native, so I appreciate.
Yeah, that's why I sent it first thing, not Telegram or anything. We are more Telegram native, but we're getting familiar with Discord, and I think this stream was for us a great start to Discord communication for pictures. It's
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
And guys, I saw many questions that were not covered, so feel free to drop a message us in Discord or whatever type of communication you prefer. We'll definitely reply because it's been hour and a half or something. So we held you so long.
No, it's fun.
PixEOS in Telegram is very easy. It's just PixEOS search, join our
Yep.
group. On Twitter is
Awesome. Wow,
EOS
we will share.
underscore Pix. Yeah. And thank you so much, guys, for everything. You've
Yeah.
been awesome, and we're in love with the whale community.
100%. We'll hope to have you back. Or we mentioned briefly, it might be our turn to hang out with you guys in your Discord or whatever event you have. So definitely keep us in the loop. Let us know when that's going on. We already have like over 50 eager people ready for that. So let's go.
Amazing. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Have a great
All
day,
right.
everyone. Night, morning,
Yeah,
and
have a
keep
great
all being
time of the
awesome.
day.
Ciao,
Thank you so
ciao.
much for having us.
Ciao,
Bye
ciao.
Bye.
bye.
Bye.